Welcome back. I'm Dianne Gubin for Let's Keep America Working. My next guest is JoAnn Ashman, Vice President of Kellwood Corporation. JoAnn is also a co-author. We wrote a book together called Power Ladder. And Power Ladder, it's about networking. It's how to network your way to career success, and it talks about why people get stuck mid-career and what to do about it. Welcome, JoAnn.
Well, Dianne, I'm so happy that we're finally together sharing this experience.
JoAnn, at Kellwood, tell me a little bit about what you do there.
Okay. Many of you may not have heard of Kellwood. We're a privately held company, but we design and manufacture women's apparel. You've probably heard of some of our brands. Vince, David Meister, XOXO, Jolt, Baby Fat, Fabulosity, and Sag Harbor. In fact, I'm wearing Sag Harbor today, Dianne.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you run the information technology area.
I do.
Right. And JoAnn and I met. I was running a professional women's association, and JoAnn helped with the mentor committee. We were co-chairs on the mentor committee. And based on our work with women who were mid-career, we decided to write this book. And what we found is that women don't know how to set up professional networks.
You're right. In fact, Dianne and I spent several years very highly involved in Women in Technology International, a professional organization that focuses on advancing careers for technical women. What we found is, while everyone was very ambitious and wanting to move up, they really didn't understand how to do it. They were looking for a guide, a self-help, a way to answer their questions. So I think for Dianne and I, it became a natural. Both of us had success in our careers by establishing strong relationships, by really working our professional network, and we felt we could share that, give back, if you will, by writing a book about professional networking.
And one of the things that we discuss is networking versus the network. And networking is, hi, I've gone into an event, and I come home, and I've got a whole fistful of business cards, and now what do I do with them?
And network is something very different. A network is real, it's vital, and it's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about the people who know you, who work with you, would speak for you, and would want to always work with you or recommend you. And those people are the same people that you would want to recommend so that you could work with them or recommend them to others. It's dynamic, it's living, and it's alive.
Right. Well, as in networking, where you go out and into any professional event, and we should talk about where to find those events in a moment, it's basically, hi, nice to meet you, hi, nice to meet you. But really, networks are built one-on-one relationships.
I can't say enough about the importance of face-to-face, Dianne. You know how many times we've had contacts with people, and they'll send you join a LinkedIn or email you and say, please give me a hot tip on the next job. If you haven't had that face-to-face contact, if you really don't know the person, you don't at the end of the day have a relationship. And a network is about the personal relationships, the strong understanding of I'm there for you, you're there for me, and together we're going to make something better.
And one of the things about being in a strong network is people take your calls. When you have a strong network, if somebody is referred to me, I always pick up the phone and call that person back, because that's part of being in that network.
In fact, it's really important to understand if you have a network that's working. If you have a network where someone's going to answer your calls, or where there are no topics that are off limit, or where most of the people you know are getting jobs because of the people they know, that's the right network. And if that's not happening, then you need to find a new network.
Right, and isn't that one of the things about a network? It's not how many people you know, it's who you know, but it's not even who you know. The key to a successful network is who thinks of you at the right moment.
Absolutely. So, it's funny you talk about that, and so many times people want to focus on their career on maybe one individual or one manager. So I wanted to share a story with you. Some years ago, I was given an international assignment. And before I left on that international assignment, my boss said to me, I want you to have more than me as your manager in the States here looking after you. And I said, no, it'll be fine. He insisted. As it turned out, about 9 months later, he had a serious health problem and left the company for over 2 years. If I didn't have that second manager, I don't know who would have been pulling me back. So you can't focus on a single individual. It's really about establishing a broad base, but a personal base, people who really know you.
Right, and it's across your company and also across your industry, which is why it's so important to go to professional networking associations and events.
You're so right.
Right.
You know, you can't just stop at your work, because you never know today who's going to be in your company, who's not going to be in your company. Professional associations, and if you can't afford to join a professional organization, go to some of their specialized events. Look at events that are in your industry or in your specialty. Maybe look at continuing education courses that are offered at local community colleges. Join the local chapter of your collegiate or university. There are a lot of ways to make connections. And when you get there, get involved. Ask questions. First of all, come on time. Pick the right seat in the room. But then ask questions, raise your hand, volunteer. Do not be passive. You must be proactive.
And if you're nervous, just go to the food.
Absolutely.
Just go to the food. You'll always meet somebody.
You can always start a
Right.
conversation by asking them if they liked it.
Right. And where do you find networking events in your industry?
Oh, it's easy. First of all, if you look at whatever profession you're in, whether that is in the apparel industry, in the entertainment industry, if you're a nurse and you're a nurse practitioner, every function or every organization has a professional organization. So you can start there. You can look online. You can ask a colleague. There are so many choices. You can talk to recruiters and ask them who they would recommend as a solid professional organization. Really, the choices are limitless.
And truly, as working mothers, I think it's really important for our daughters to start early. You have daughters who are in college or just going into college. Those networks start at that time.
Oh, if you would ask me when to start a network, I'd say start in high school. And if you hadn't started in high school, start in college. And if you hadn't started in college, in your first job, include as part of your job description, your own personal internal job description, establishing a network. And networking as a regular basis.
And volunteering too. Can't say enough about volunteering. The book is Power Ladder. It's available on our website. Actually, links to all of our guests are on our website, letskeepamericaworking.com. JoAnn, it has been an absolute pleasure always to see you.
And for me too. Thank you.
Thank you.